Hey, my friends, how are you doing? Welcome, those of you watching on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, going live for the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Open forum. Yeah, open forum. If you have a question about the audiobook world, let me know. If it's your first time catching this little coffee chat that I do, it's about you as an author, you who has a book, and you who may be considering, or hopefully you are considering turning your book into an audiobook. I am an audiobook coach and producer. I specialize in helping authors like you turn your book into audiobooks, but the key factor is that you are the one narrating your own book, as you should, because it's your story. No one can tell your story better than you, period. No one can. You lived it, you breathed it, you experienced it. It's coming from the source, it's coming from first person. It just completely makes sense, especially from a business standpoint. You are a business, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author who has a published book. You did the work. You are a professional, so embrace that, okay? Never just say, I do it for a hobby. No, you don't. You're a professional, all right? Embrace it. You are an author brand. And again, your products, your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, and especially your audiobook is so important and crucial. So that's why I call this episode of Coffee Chat, don't put it off, man. Don't put it off any longer. Get it done. Do it now. Just to share a little bit of insight and a little personal story. I was the procrastination king. I was actually really good in school, grammar school, pretty much until I hit maybe seventh grade, eighth grade, and then I really got into the art of procrastination. And you know what? Honestly, and I'm not going to get into the whole psychology about procrastination, what it is, et cetera, et cetera. There's like a million aspects of that, but that's not the point. The point is putting something off that you know you need to do. You just got to pull up your big man pants or your big woman briefs, whatever, and uh, and do it. And do it. You got to do the hard thing and not put it off. It's something that I talk about in regards to time management, which is something I talk about to the authors who go through my audiobook coaching program about managing your time. But when I was doing life coaching and career coaching, again, time management is crucial to get things done. And one of the things that I would share and really hit home for people that I worked with and that I talked to and that have gone through my audiobook coaching program is don't put it off. Don't put it off, okay? And do the hard thing first. I call it the ugly ogre. The ugly ogre is that one thing that's on your list that you keep putting off because you don't want to do it for whatever reason. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the whole psychology of it, but do it, all right? Don't put it off. The thing is when you tackle that ugly ogre and you get it off your plate, that's a huge weight that's lifted off your shoulders. And you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's not this thing that's dragging you down. And again, you'll find that you'll be able to get the other things on your to-do list done. The other thing I talk about in regards to time management is making sure that you're not putting 30 things a day on your to-do list, because that becomes overwhelming. And that does trigger procrastination because you feel overwhelmed, right? So when it comes to your audiobook, get it done. Don't put it off any longer. I know it seems like a daunting task, and there is a lot of work to do. And if you're going to do it, you got to do it right, and you got to do it to the highest quality possible, because this is a representation of your author brand. So important. So you got to make sure that everything that you do, your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, and especially your audiobook, it's got to be top notch. You have to put the time and energy and effort to do it right. The same time and energy and effort that you did when you published your book in the first place. Think about that. That same fire that was burning inside, the why. The why, being tapped into the why. Why did you write your book in the first place? Why was it so important for you to publish this book? Whether it's a nonfiction or fiction book, whether it's a memoir or a coaching program or whatever the topic of your book is. Why was it so important to publish it and have something that, especially when it's personal, to have the world read your story? Why? That's the reasoning that you tap into when you do your audiobook. You got to tap into that why. Don't put it off any longer, okay? Number one, You are telling your story the way it's meant to be told. You're telling your story the way it's meant to be heard when you narrate it yourself. Okay? When you narrate it yourself. That's the most important thing, because you want to make sure that your audiobook is an accurate representation of your author brand and that your story is being told the way that it's meant to be told. And I've mentioned this many, many times, and it's worth saying again that, again, you can get a professional narrator, and technically they will sound great. The only issue with that is there's a disconnect because they didn't experience what you did. They didn't go through what you went through, especially if it's a nonfiction book. They didn't experience what you did. You're the one who lived it. So there's subtleties, there's emotion, there's energy that another narrator is not going to be able to tap into because they didn't live that experience. They're going to interpret it their way. And sometimes, and I hear this too with like professional narrators, that that it becomes a performance. Performance is not representing your author brand. Authenticity represents your author brand. That's why you do the narration, and you can, and you do have the skills to do it, and you do have the time to do it. You really do. No more procrastination. You got to get it done because you're going to put it off and put it off and put it off. You know, the story, like I was saying before about being the king of procrastination, I would put things off. I did that with other aspects of what I do from a creative standpoint. You know, like with my music, I have time that I can never get back because I procrastinated doing things that I wanted to do musically. And now I feel the crunch of time. I'm getting older, you know, it's getting harder to play and, you know, perform and all that. And it's like, wow, look at all those years I wasted by not doing what I needed to do. Same thing with your audiobook. Don't waste the time. Do it, and do it now while you have the ability to create an awesome audiobook. All right? Don't put it off. Get it done now. You're leaving your legacy in your own voice for people to discover you for generations to come. That's a beautiful thing. You know, it's one thing to read a book, but it's another thing to hear the author tell the story in their own voice. And from a business standpoint, you're expanding your reach to an audience that may not even know you exist because they only listen to audiobooks. So tap into that. And here's the other thing, like aside from making revenue by people buying your audiobook, a lot of people like to get the other formats like your ebook, your paperback, or even your hardcover and your audiobook and listen to it and read along. I do that. I'll grab the paperback version and the audiobook version, especially if it's a book that I really enjoy and there's things that I want to highlight. I want to have that physical copy in my hands so it can actually help in boosting revenue. All right. Do it. That's the main theme and message that I want to share with you on today's coffee chat. Get your audiobook done. Do it. You have the skills to do it. If you need help, that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. You can go to my website at robertlanecoaching.com. For those of you on Instagram, go to my profile page, click my link there, and schedule a call with me. Let's have an audiobook consultation call. It's free, it's quick, and we will talk about your book and what's involved in turning it into an audiobook. I'll give you more details about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program that I teach, 12-week program. The VIP program is I work with you through the entire process, setup and preparation, teaching you how to do a great narration. I handle all the editing and cleanup and making sure your audio meets the exact specifications so you will not get rejected when you upload your audio for publication. Matter of fact, I do the uploading for you. So you're guaranteed that your audiobook is done correctly the first time without any rejections on all the platforms that you want to be published on. That's what I do, and I love doing it, and I love helping you turn your book into audiobooks. And it's a thrill and a joy to hear you narrate your own story. I love it. It's a great thing. It's such a great thing. Anyway, there's links as I said, on Instagram on my profile page, and then, of course, here on YouTube and LinkedIn you can definitely check out the links below in the description. All right. That's my big message to you. It is Coffee Chat. BYOC, bring your own creamer. However, I'm kind of cheating today. I'm doing water. A little change, but hey, that's okay. All right, my friends. I do this every Thursday. If there's any questions that you ever have, then, reach out to me at robertlanecoaching.com. Okay. And let me know if you have a topic you want me to cover regarding the audiobook world here on the Coffee Chat. Like I say, I do this pretty informally, and you're more than welcome to join in and comment as well. All right. My final assignment to you, of course, is when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger. Okay. Say hello to them. Give them a compliment. That small gesture of kindness can make the world a difference in somebody's life. And we need to spread more positivity in this world. So do it. All right. Be good humans. Be good humans. And get that audiobook done. Reach out to me. I'd love to help you do that. Okay. All right, my friends. We'll say goodbye to our YouTube and LinkedIn friends first. Thank you so much for tuning in.